Hello FPL managers, yes, we are back again with another one. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about all the players who've been called up on FPL for their national teams for the Olympics, and we're going to be talking about players in their price range that you can get as options, okay? And towards the end of the video, we'll talk about the 4 players we have selected for now who are going to be on our watch list for the prediction league, okay? It's going to be a long one, so we're going to get straight into it. Let's get cracking. So the first nation we're talking about is New Zealand. They've called up 2 FPL players to their Olympic squad in Winston Reid of West Ham, who's 4.0 million. I doubt you guys have a lot of 4.0 million players, so we're not really going to talk about him. The second player, though, is Chris Wood, who comes in at 7.0 million for Burnley. He scored 12 goals and 3 assists last season. Expected goals was 12.95. Expected assists was 2.04. He made 70 shots and 39 of those were on target, but he missed 19 big chances. He's quite a good player. You could go for his strike partner in Ashley Barnes, who comes in at 5.5 million, and forward at 5.5 million, it looks really attractive, but he didn't play most of the season last season because he was injured. He came back, scored about 3 goals, but hopefully this season he's back, he's fit, and you could easily just switch from Wood to Barnes at 5.5 million. That looks quite attractive if you're interested in that. Other options you could have the Brighton strikers in Morpay and Welbeck. You could also have Timo Pukki, who was league 2 seasons ago. The Pukki party, remember that? Fizzled out after a while, but it was quite beneficial while it was on. Hopefully you could have a longer run with him this season. So if you're interested in him, you could go for him at 6.0 million. But another promoted player you could have is Ivan Toney. He was the top striker for the championship last season. He appeared for 45 games and then 2 games for the playoffs, scored 31 goals during the regular season and 2 goals in the playoffs, 10 assists, 28.69 expected goals, 6.94 expected assists. He made 146 shots. That's a lot. Made 60 shots on target and missed 10 big chances. So he's a player you could easily just downgrade to from Chris Wood, because he's 6.5 million, and then you can move those funds elsewhere in your team. So those are the options you can go for if were already thinking about getting Chris Wood, okay? Next up is Argentina, and they've called up Alexis McAllister. He's the Brighton midfielder who comes in at 5.5 million. He's not really a very good FPL asset anyway. He made 21 appearances last season. He's scored just the 1 goal, made just 1 assist, created 2 big chances. Not impressive. Created 15 chances in total. Shots on target 3, total shots of 24, and 5 clean sheets. Okay, so the options you can have for this player include Todd Cantwell of Norwich, another promoted player from Norwich. He scored 6 goals and 6 assists last season for Norwich. And another player you could have also promoted is Michael Olise, and he scored 7 goals and made 12 assists. He's moved to Crystal Palace at the moment, and also he's 5.5 million. So if you're interested in him, he's someone that you can easily switch from McAllister to. And another player you could have the Brentford players in Mbeumo and Canos, both 5.5 million. I think Mbeumo scored 8 goals and made 10 assists, and Canos scored 9 goals and made 8 assists. So they're quite prolific, at least they were in the championship, but this is the big boy league, so let's see how they perform. You might want to just keep them in your watch list and see how they do. And I think the most attractive player you could go to at this price range is Emil Smith-Rowe, because he has the best fixture for game week 1. He made 20 appearances last season, scored 2 goals, made 5 FPL assists, and made expected goals of 1.59, expected assists of 3.62, 9 clean sheets. He tried 13 shots, 6 were on target, a total chance creation of 27, and in 18 starts is quite good. He's a young player, and he's one that you might want to keep an eye on. He came in from the bench for Arsenal's preseason and scored a goal, so he's clearly really on it this season. So you might want to keep an eye on him in case you have a need for a 5.5 million midfielder. Okay. Next nation up is Brazil, and they've called up 3 FPL players to their Olympic squad. Initially it was 4, but Gabriel of Arsenal got injured, and so now it's down to 3, and we have Martinelli, another midfielder in the same price range as McAllister at 5.5 million. So you can check those options in case you were interested in Martinelli. Up next is Douglas Luiz of Aston Villa, who's 4.5 million, and you could think about getting Bissouma or Brownhill or Romeu. Any of these players in this price range would be good enough. And then we have Richarlison, the player we added in our first draft, and he has been called up, and he made 7 goals and 6 assists last season, and expected goals of 10.7, expected assists of 3.4, shot accuracy of 53%. He made 81 shots, and I think about 32 were on target, and he missed 10 big chances. So the options you can have in this price range of 7.5 million are Watkins, Antonio, the new Leicester striker Patson Daka, and if you have the funds to go higher at 8 million, you could get Danny Ings of Southampton, you could get Bamford of Leeds, or you could go for Richarlison's strike partner at Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who scored 16 goals last season, made 6 FPL assists, at expected goals of 18.21, expected assists of 2.10, a shot accuracy of 63.9%, and he made a total of 83 shots, missed 17 big chances in 33 appearances. So those are the options you can have just in case you were thinking about Richarlison at 7.5 million. These are the options you can go for while he's playing at the Olympics. Okay. Up next is Ivory Coast, the Côte d'Ivoire. They've called up 2 EPL players for their Olympic team. The first is Amad Diallo. I'm not entirely sure if he's been called up to the senior team for Manchester United. You guys let me know. But the second player is Eric Bailly, who made about 12 appearances, considered 17 goals, so that's not really good. Tackles per 90 of 1.1, interceptions per 90 of 0.4. He made 3 clean sheets, and he wins 58% of his duels. And you could go for his defensive partner at Manchester United, also 5.0 million. He made 29 appearances, made 10 clean sheets, scored a goal, made an assist. He's not a really attacking asset, so you might want a more attacking asset like a Matt Target or Kieran Tierney of Arsenal or Junior Firpo of Leeds, or you could go for Kufal of West Ham, who had 9 assists, tackles per 90 of 2.1, interceptions per 90 of 1.2, goals conceded 43, so that's not very good. I think he had a total of 33 appearances or thereabouts, and he had 9 clean sheets and wins 57% of his duels. So he's a more attacking asset, and he will definitely get you more points, and he's a verified starter for West Ham at right back. Okay, so these are the options you can go for instead of Eric Bailly, and these are the players who have been called up by their Olympic teams who are FPL players, and I hope these options have helped you. And now for our predictions league, we've selected 4 players for our watch list who we are sure are going to score points for game week 1, or at least we predict that they're going to score points for game week 1. And if you're confused about what a prediction league is, I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below. You can check that out and check out what the rules are for a prediction league. Roughly speaking, we're just selecting 4 players who we think are going to score points in game week 1. One's going to be a premium attacking player, another is going to be a mid-range attacking player, and one's going to be a premium defensive player, and the fourth is going to be a mid-range defensive player. And the other rules, you can check them out, but we are going to be selecting 4 players who we think are going to score points in game week 1, and we're going to do this every game week until the end of the season. So for starters, we have selected as our premium attacking asset Bruno Fernandes. He scored 18 goals last season, made 14 assists, created 20 big chances, total chances created 95, made 121 shots, 51 of which were on target, and had 13 clean sheets. So he's our first pick, and we think he is going to get us points against Leeds. And for our mid-range attacker, we've gone for Kai Havertz of Chelsea. He scored 4 goals and made 6 assists for Chelsea last season, created 1 big chance, chances created in total 18, made 33 shots, 16 of which were on target, and made 8 clean sheets. So he's our mid-range attacker, and we think he's going to score points for us in game week 1. For a premium defender, we've gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold. No surprise there. He scored 2 goals and made 8 assists last season. 1.6 tackles per 90, interceptions 1.4. Goals conceded 40, not good, but hopefully Van Dijk will be starting the game week 1. Made 10 clean sheets and dues won percentage of 48%. Okay, so we think he's gonna get us points against Norwich. And for our fourth pick for the watch list, we've gone for Tufal. We don't need to break down his stats, we already did, but if you want it, he didn't score any goals, made 9 assists, 2.1 tackles per 90, 1.2 interceptions per 90, conceded 43 goals, 9 clean sheets, 57% of his duels won. Okay, so these are the 4 players we are going for game week 1, and we trust that they are going to get us points. And then after the game week is over, we're going to look through and see how many of them were successful. If we had at least 3 were successful, then we have 3 points for game week 1. If only 2 of them are successful, we only get 1 point, and then if less than 2 are successful, we get no points for that game week. Okay, and then we score like a normal regular match day. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the season, the prediction league. I'll leave a link below so you can get a better understanding of how it's gonna go. So that's the video for today. Hopefully we're going to be able to update our drafts, because there are a couple of changes that I would want to make. Nothing too drastic. I think I have an idea of how it's going to go, but in a few days time I'm going to be dropping that. It's an update for draft for game week 1. I hope you stick around for that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for our 1,000 viewed video for the last video. I really appreciate it. Please continue to like, please continue to view, please continue to support. I really appreciate that. Subscribe, don't forget. Yeah, that's the video. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one.